What is a tall ship? A tall ship is a general term for sailing vessels. Basically, it's any ship with at least one tall mast. The mast is the upright post on a ship, while the rigging refers to the system of ropes, cables, and chains, which support the masts of a sailing ship or sailboat. The mast should hold up sails and use the wind to power the ship. The wind acts as a green renewable energy source to move the ship. There are some other characteristics that sailing ships have in common. Each one has a hull, rigging, and at least one mast. A sailing ship also contains a ballast, which weighs down the bottom of the ship so the power from the wind does not push it over. For those who ride smaller sailboats, the ballast is similar to a keel. At one time in history, people used to call a vessel a ship if it contained 3 or more masts. A vessel with 1 or 2 masts would be a boat. Though this distinction is used less often nowadays, it's a fun little fact. The specific type of tall ship is determined by the number and type of rigs that it contains. There are 2 main types of rigs: square-rigged, which means that the sails run perpendicular to the mast, and fore and aft rigged, which means that the sails run in the same direction as the length of the ship. There are a few main and common types of tall ships. We will overview them briefly in this video. Full-rigged ships are vessels with at least 3 masts, which are all square-rigged. They were commonly used to carry cargo in the 19th century. Like the full-rigged ship, barks have at least 3 masts. However, the mizzen of the ship is fore and aft, while the rest of the rigs are square-rigged. A mizzen is the mast that is the aftmost mast, basically the one in the back. Many barks are used in sailing schools. A barkentine is a vessel that has 3 masts, all of which are fore and aft except for the square mast. Barkentine ships were most frequently seen in the Baltic and North Seas, mostly for trading lumber. Brigs are tall ships that have 2 square-rigged masts. They were most popular in the 18th and early 19th centuries and were seen as fast and maneuverable. They were used for many purposes, from naval warships to merchant vessels. The brigantine is an old type of ship, as it was known as a sail and oar-driven war vessel in the 13th century. The ship had 2 masts, the foremast being square-rigged and the other being fore and aft-rigged. Since it was, and still is, easy to handle, fast, and mobile, the Mediterranean pirates loved to use this type of ship. Finally, we have the schooner, which is defined to have 2 or more masts, and both are either fore and aft-rigged or square-rigged. These were first used by the Dutch in the 16th and 17th century, and most commonly used for tasks that required speed. It was speedy due to its ability to catch the wind and sail windward, as well as its smaller body size coupled with a strong hull. Now we move on to class. There are 4 main class categories. In Class A, we have vessels that are all square-rigged and are more than 40 meters in length, or 131 feet. This includes barks, brigs, brigantines, and other vessels that meet the requirements. In Class B, the vessels are all traditionally rigged. Some of the ships that belong in this category include schooners, gaff-rigged sloops, and yawls. To be in Class B, the vessel must have an overall length of less than 131 feet or 40 meters, and a minimum waterline length of 30 feet or around 9 meters. Class C contains ships that are modern rigged and have an overall length of less than 131 feet or 40 meters and a waterline length of at least 30 feet or 9 meters. Some ships in this class include some schooners, Bermudan-rigged sloops, and ketches. Class D is very similar to Class C requirements. However, D-class vessels carry spinnaker-like sails, as you can see from these images. And with that, we sum up the overview video on tall ships. If you have any suggestions or questions, please leave your comments in the comment section below. If you want to learn more about ships or the marine industry, you can check out the links in the description and subscribe to our channel or visit Ships2Shores.ca. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.